Just keep your eyes closed. In a very simple way, we see that when solution is being yourself, the problem is losing sight of yourself. When the happiness is being yourself, unhappiness is losing sight of yourself. When immortality, freedom is being yourself, identifying with the roles is your bondage, your mortality. When meditation is being yourself, agitation is losing sight of yourself. It's a very, very thin line. The difference between who I am and what I have. Who I am absolute happiness, existence, knowledge. Sat Swarupa, Chit Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa. That is ever-existent awareness, all bliss. Call it happiness, freedom, whatever you like. Doesn't have a name. When the word I is a name that you have. This is the synopsis of all our teachings. Must see all the time the difference between who I am and what I have. They are also very conscious. When who I am is not a name, the I. Nobody or nothing is a name, but everything has a name. That is why, if you take that name to be yourself, and that name searching for the reality, it's like the shadow looking for the main frame. You have a name. What do you want to be? The nameless that you are, or the name that you have? Just see that, please. All crisis, problem, conflict, misery, pain, disappointment, fear, anxiety, infatuation, obsession, comes from the unconscious forgetfulness of one's own self. you are is not something a mysterious, unknowable, is something yourself, ever known, ever existing awareness that you are. Just because somebody, anybody, any human being has lost sight of it, the struggle begins and continues to return home. You cannot remain away from the Absolute. Immortality, happiness, your home. The moment you lose sight of it, in temporary homes like body, thoughts, sensations, experiences, you are still homeless. Temporary homes disappear. That is why, even if it's a kingdom, as Arjuna encounters, or a small job that you have, you're craving for a kingdom, or a craving for a balloon. Both take you away from yourself. You are searching for happiness in a small or big thing. There's a huge difference. You're going for things out of fulfillment, happiness. And craving for things, or going for something, looking for happiness. Observe your life. Are you seeking happiness? Or you see happiness in everything? Are you seeking yourself in every role, identity? Or you are seeing yourself in every role, every identity? That is why in meditation you are seeking yourself, you shall not find. The seeker prevents the sought being known. It's like the person shouting to be quiet. I want to be quiet. You prevent the quietude. Seeking yourself in a role is to prevent yourself from knowing your nature. That is why no religion, no guru, no teacher, but initiate you to another role, then that shall be yet another place of delusion. Helps you to know yourself. observe. Are you being yourself or looking for your nature? Your self-happiness, a name just to reveal, not to hide. A name rightly used can reveal the truth. A word rightly used can reveal the truth. Wrongly used hides the truth, as though nothing can ever hide the reality. But you take the name to be reality, as though you lose sight of the truth. Like taking the dress to be the person. Taking the role as the actor. You unconsciously lose sight of yourself. So be that stillness. Who you are is not a name. Yam Brahma Varunanda Rudra Maruta Studdhananda Divyastavehi Vedi Sanghapada Kramopanishadaihi Gayandiyam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyantiyam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Now read the verses, we'll go into the text. Please think. Sanjay Uvacha Eva Muktva Rishikesham Gudakesha parantapa Nayotsaiti govindam Uktva tushnim babhuvaha Tamuvacha rishikesaha Prahasanniva bharata Senayoruvayor madhye Vishidantam idam vachaha Shri Bhagavanu vacha Asocyananvasocastvam Prajñāvādansca bhāsase Gatāsu nagatāsunsca Nānusocanti panditaः Shri Bhagavanu vacha Asocyananvasocastvam Prajñāvādansca bhāsase Gatāsu nagatāsunsca Nānusocanti panditaः Beautiful. Here begins the magnum opus. Absolutely beautiful text. As I told you these last 10 minutes, I hope it's like a synopsis. Solution is being yourself. Problem is forgetting yourself. No wonder human beings get into problems after problems after problem, crisis, 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 because they are totally unaware of themselves. Average person doesn't even recognize such a possibility. As I told you, a child when is born is not born wise. Growing up in the human world, picking up things from the elders. How many elders individually, how many cultures collectively aware of this infinite existence? Most people end of life learning from perception. Not many people question the perception. That is why there is an irrational attitude to life. Science begins with questioning the perception. It means science is not popular. Superstition, habitual perceptions, observations, lies, mistakes, perpetuated through generations, has gained the currency of truth. Because this is what my father says, this is what my mom says, this is what my society says, this is what my religion says. Just because your society says so, religion says so, parents say so, culture says so, should it be right? Because you believe the sun is rising continuously, every day sun is rising, does it make it a fact that the sun rises? The sun never moves. We are writing poems out of beautiful sky, blue sky, twinkle, twinkle, little star, lovely moon, moonlight. But none of these things make it a fact, a truth, that there is a blue sky or twinkle, twinkle, little star. Nor the moon is the most beautiful thing to be. It is a harsh, arid, desolate landscape. Of course, if you say that, you take away the romance from the simple person's life, which at least is dreaming, as they say. Very nicely somebody writes. Don't wake up the person who is bound, because maybe he's dreaming of his freedom. The person who is sleeping, don't wake up a sleeping man. Why? Maybe he's dreaming of his freedom. If you wake him up, you may create crisis. Understand? If you wake the fellow up, little solace that is there because of the total pervasive ignorance gone. He's dreaming of his freedom. Let him dream. There are billions of dreamers in this world. The culture has pushed them into this massive dream. You pick up the ideas. So just because you pick up the ideas from childhood, does it make it true? Perceptions are not questioned. Perceiver, far away. Education, what we go through today, helps us at least to question the perception. That also everybody doesn't share. But we lose ourselves in perception. Just think of it. Where is the chance for the person to be aware of himself? That is too far removed from the perceptions or the so-called realities of life. You are not even supposed to talk about it. That is why problem comes up. Where you are losing sight of, I don't want to use that word losing sight. So if you say you are losing sight, as though you had the sight you are losing, no. Already ignorance. But we don't know that we are ignorant of ourselves. That is the huge, that is the sleepwalking. I am ignorant, but I don't know that I am ignorant of myself. Ignorance of the sound, taste, touch, smell, sight, elements are known. That ignorance of those things is known. But there is ignorance of the self. I am ignorant of myself, that is not known. Are you getting that point? In the whole world, all over the world, how many schools talk about it, how many teachers talk about it, how many cultures talk about it, how many religions even talk about it. Religions are busy giving you another role. Be my follower. This is your God, this is your faith, you follow it. If that is a collective hypnosis, an individual guru comes up, or individual man comes up, creating a cult, whatever I say is the truth. This is your identity, you are my follower. He doesn't make the other person the truth, he makes him a follower. And a practitioner of our practice. Mahadeva. That I am ignorant of myself. How many people know that? That approach doesn't exist. To question yourself is not a very accepted way. Because each person, especially in our society today, where the masks meet, whose mask is more important? So everybody is busy collecting the precious mask. I'm the scientist, I'm the PhD, I'm the follower of this, I'm the doctor, I'm the engineer, I'm the millionaire, I'm the multi-millionaire. I don't believe in anything. That's such a huge mask. You understand? I don't believe in anything is a huge, powerful mask. Oh, I don't believe in anything. As even when believers' belief is challenged, the believer feels unsettled. When the non-believer's belief of disbelief, when challenged, the non-believer feels also uncomfortable. Because everybody is putting on the mask. What is behind the mask? Emptiness. Behind the mask there is emptiness. That is why nobody wants to remove the mask. Are you getting that? Without the role, I am nobody. If my job is gone, I am nobody. If my money is gone, I am nobody. If my house is taken away, I am nobody. My faith is taken away, I am nobody. When you come to discover in life, you are somebody, even if when all the masks are taken away, you are made it. You are still somebody. And that is something universal. Who I am, who you are, who everybody is, one and the same. That is why, remember, those were the days when Ashoka was the king, Tattvada was being taught. Long, long ago. The universal first name, I. Everybody, same name. And the nameless truth behind is one and the same. Ishvara. Shall we go on collecting masks in life? If you do so, you shall be in different types of trouble in different times. Because different mask comes with different problems. You are a son, you have a different problem. You are a husband, another type of problem. You are a wife, another type of problem. A daughter, another type of problem. A follower of a religion, another type of problem. Are you getting that point, please? No mask shall solve your problem. Mask means limitation, mask means problem. Unless you know how to play the mask. If there is a happy face, a beautiful face, every mask is wonderful. Why? Behind the mask you are beautiful. No, doesn't matter what mask it is. Oh, so sweet. Behind the mask you are always beautiful. They say beautiful, a handsome man or a beautiful person, if your body is wonderful, does it matter what dress you put on? Why? Under the dress you are the most wonderful person. But suppose there is ugliness inside, then you shall hide your body. Why? Oh, because ugliness will be visible. So when I thought, listen carefully, I thought is the ugliness, is the limitation. Now on the ugly limitation you are putting on the mask, I, yes, father's mask, mother's mask, brother's mask, sister's mask, rich man's mask, poor man's mask, practitioner's mask, religious mask, culture mask. Are you getting that? The I is ugly. Individuality seeps through every mask. That is why you appear so ugly. But suppose your face is no more the I, but what the I stands for. Oh, suddenly the I is beautiful, every mask also is beautiful. You understand the principle? The I is beautiful and all the masks also becomes beautiful. Why? Functional. Functional masks are beautiful. Because for the occasion you put on the mask. So I am playing with some Gunu comes up. When he comes up, now what language are you talking to him? To that baby, what language are you talking? No, what nonsense you are talking. Rubbish. But he enjoys, you enjoy. Suppose you call one 35-year or 40-year-old one, you see that, say, huh? The person is, are you crazy? What are you talking? Yesterday somebody was telling a lovely story. I must share it with you. Somebody had taken a stone from this mountain. He had taken a stone from this place to another place. So, and that person was worshipping that stone. Then somebody, one Swami, Swamiji, some Swami, he came from India to that place. So they took him to that puja room. And they took him to the puja room. Then this stone, they say, started shaking. God knows. God knows how the stone starts shaking, but anyway. Or something might have happened, something, it looked as though it is shaking, like that. Then they asked the Swami, what is happening? Why the stone is shaking? The Swami closed his eyes for some time. He said, look, the stone wants to go home. You must take it back to place where you brought it. He's from a foreign country. So he had taken poor thing from a stone, with a holy mountain, holy stone, taken. Now the stone wants to go home. E.T. go home. E.T. go home. E.T. go home. So what do you do? But that man gains such respect. Oh, he can hear the language of the stone. And he gets more money. You understand? So some people don't want the mask to be unraveled. If you remove the mask, listen carefully. If you take away the mask, they don't like it. Because what is inside is ugliness. That is why if you take away the mask, they don't know what to do. PhD is a mask. Rich man is a mask. Position is a mask. Position, you understand? Oh, I am the governor of the state, I am this of the state, I am that. Oh boy. Huge mask. It's a parading. Literally, what is that, Brazil, what they do that? Carnival. Carnival. This is a huge carnival going on. But a carnival of miserable people. Because these masks are competing. Ishvara. So understanding the truth is not picking up a new mask. So since you have picked up so many masks in our life, so many roles in life, at one time or other you shall be tired of the mask. Where? Don't ask. Arjuna happened to meet that conflict, face that conflict in a battlefield. That doesn't mean everybody must fight. Huh? So now you have to fight, so you want to understand the truth, go and fight with somebody. Huh? Start a war. Then only you will understand the truth. No, life is a war. Why am I telling is, language of death, language of change, language of this misery, language of killing will come, very often will come here. That does not mean this language, the Gita is only for the soldiers. Like one person goes to the military person and says, Gita is meant for the soldiers. What? It's a battle of life. Anywhere you are masked, anywhere you must see the truth for yourself. And that is what we shall see now. At one time or other, everybody shall be shattered. If you are still not shattered, you are a baby, you are yet to grow up. If you feel shattered, welcome to the group. What shall you teach, Gunu, tell me? What shall you teach him? If you say, you are happiness, of course I am happiness. The baby, are you getting that? When I say Gunu means what? Child. People who are like that, childish, still childlike. There are 15-year-old, 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old people Those who really like children, some of them are like children. Everything is okay, nice, because very protected life. Son is, the husband, the father was very nice, loving. Mummy was also very nice and loving, protected childhood. Lucky to come across a boy or a girl who is a nice husband or a nice wife. So she is not a problem or he is not a problem. Then he produces babies and then money and everything is well kept, everything is there, enough security. Then children are born, they are also nice. Some people do go through that type of protected life. Please understand. If you talk to them, your happiness, yeah, of course I am. They don't understand anything. There is no crisis. Of course, when the crisis comes, they are shaken thoroughly from the root itself. They shall be destroyed. That is why they shall have 100 puja, ritual. Why? Because insurance against adversity. God is the insurance. I do my puja, I do my ritual, I do that everything. That is why everything is protected. A God is an insurance or a God manager insurance. Puja is insurance or a ritual is insurance. Why? Everything should be taken care. See that God, nothing happens. What are you talking? If you look at the life of Rama, he is supposed to be God. What is the hell he went through? 14 years outside his home, looking for everything, crying for his wife, searching for... Are you getting that point, please? Krishna, throughout the life, problem. But only beauty is, in and through the entire problem, the smile doesn't go out of it. The Krishna has a beautiful symbol of flute. Krishna, and the flute is the most beautiful instrument. Enchanting music flowing out of it. The whole creation is enchanted. And that's a beautiful imagery, we shall see that, then we will go into the text. The Krishna, that he has got a flute. The flute is with 7 holes. 7 holes. And that, for the Krishna, the flute is an inseparable part of Krishna. Inseparable. You cannot draw the picture of a Krishna without a flute. Then you don't know what Krishna is. Even he is up to mischief. He is breaking the, what is that, butter pot, stealing the taire, stealing the curd or stealing the things, those things. Because those days there was no chocolate, no ice cream. So he was stealing the milk and the butter. Healthy food, cholesterol food today they will tell him. God knows, the story. Have you seen one Krishna, lean and thin? Slim Krishna. No, everybody is Gundu. Everybody is Gundu, because everybody thought good health means Gundu. You are a roly-poly, rounded one. Today if you say that, unhealthy, Ganesha, obesity, so big stomach, what is this? Unhealthy. So if you make a slim Ganesha, what nonsense it will be. He should have a big stomach. Why? It's a symbol. You want to enjoy the whole creation? You have to carry the whole creation inside you. Like you are going on a mountain climb, you are carrying some food with you. After a few minutes, the little packet becomes a load to carry. What is the best way of carrying food? Eat it up. When you eat it inside your stomach, no problem. You want to live the best possible way in this universe? Yes, swallow the universe. Be yourself, swallow the universe. If you swallow the universe, how big is your stomach should be? The biggest, that is Ganesha. The whole thing is swollen up, swallowed. And then he has got the laddu, round laddu, fullness. Modate modaniyami labdva, in your Kathopanishad it came. Modate modaniyami labdva, this modak, that is known as modaka. Enjoying the fullness. Swallowing the universe, enjoying the fullness. Right? It's like that, Krishna, he has got a flute. When the flute is there, Krishna has a flute, it has, so inseparable. Even in a mischief, it must be a part of it. And that flute has got 7 holes. 7 holes means 5 sense organs, mano, buddhi. And 7 holes means 5 sense organs, mano, buddhi. 7 things are there. And then, for the music to pass through the flute, if the flute is stuffed, can you sing the music out of it? It should not be. So Krishna stands for Paramatma, absolute. Flute stands for the Jiva, individual. So Jiva and Paramatma, Jivatma, Paramatma, macro, micro, inseparably connected. Okay, this flute of a Jiva, as long as it is stuffed with ahankara, it is stuffed with, I thought, the ahankara, no music shall pass. When the ahankara is taken away, the I thought is gone, who plays through it? Divine plays through it. When I thought, are you getting that? When I thought is gone, their individuality is gone, it is not the totality playing through the flute. When the totality plays through the flute, what music shall play? When divine plays, divine music comes. Infinity plays, infinity moods comes out of it. So who is enjoying? Everybody. Yamuna is enchanted, trees are enchanted, gopis are enchanted, gopas are enchanted, men are enchanted, women are enchanted, the mountains are enchanted, the creation is enchanted. And that is the song of the divine, Bhagavad Gita. It begins today. It shall enchant everybody, touch every life. The background is of a battlefield. Therefore, don't take all the time about fighting the battle, killing somebody, fighting. That is an example in the battle of life. When you forget yourself who you are, you shall be disappointed. Like a person coming and talking to you. Please see that. A person comes and says, I don't, just like Arjuna says, so disappointed. I don't want to fight. Another person can say, comes and cries and sit down in front of you. I don't want to live. I don't want to marry. I don't want this job. I'm going home. Are you getting that point? This is the language of frustration. Universal language. I don't want to do anything. How shall you tackle it? He is full of problem. You are full of solution. Then only you can tackle it. The person is full of problem. And you as the teacher, full of solution. If you have a problem, oh boy, you shall exploit the other person. That is why it becomes ugly. To be protected, you go to policeman. The policeman loots you. What do? You put a fence around the tree. The fence starts eating the tree. What do? Just think of it. So you go to the teacher to solve your problem. And the person himself is a problem. He doesn't know how to solve it. So he is experimenting on you. So say, call it guru, call it anybody who dealing with the mind, whether it is psychotherapy, psychiatrist, guru, this, that, even ordinary counseling person, whoever is advising you, understand, whoever, if we name it, we'll be hurting people. Anybody dealing with mind, if you are talking about mind, you must have a total insight into your own mind. If you don't, for God's sake, don't experiment on other people's mind. You can give them a little solution, but that will not be total solution. That will not be total. It is just like a patchwork. Patchwork means what? You patch up one thing, whole comes another. It's just like our ashram, water connections. You patch one place in the pipe, other place is burst. At one you connect it, other place, another place is burst. It's amazing water work. After some time it is full of patches, water is not flowing. Same thing, you do patchwork through life. As a son, I have a problem, so it should be, so family therapy, son therapy, professional therapy, brother therapy, this therapy, that therapy. What nonsense! I'm going to this therapy, water therapy, this monkey therapy, mango. You understand? You know it all. Today's world, tricks, tricks, tricks. So if you have a problem as a son, you go to one person. You have a problem with husband or wife, go to another person. You have a problem with the body, another problem. A problem with sex, go to another fellow. Going to have a problem of job place problem, another person. You have a problem with interacting with other people, another person. Huh? So many people are inside you. It's marvelous way of making money. Hospital I can understand. Somebody says, show your tooth. Dentist, somebody's your eye, optometrist, whatever you say. Suppose somebody has to see your throat, nose, all that stuff, that is another fellow. Somebody through your stomach, another fellow. Different parts of the body, different mechanics. Understandable. But inside, you mean to say there are different people? The same fellow is father, same fellow is mother, same fellow is brother, same fellow is husband, same fellow is wife, same one is child, same one is a believer, same one is a non-believer. But you are getting for 100 different personalities, 100 different checkup. I see. That is where you make good money. When it comes to the matter, when it comes to the realm of mind, there is only one fellow. There are not 100 fellow inside. Body has different parts, but mind don't have different parts. Mind may have different thoughts, but thinker is one. So you have to touch that one. But instead of touching that one, challenging that one, you are pampering that one. Why? Giving a new practice. So far you are walking on your feet. Now start walking on your leg, hand. Everything shall be upside down. Because you are walking on your leg, everything is upside down. Now walk on your hand, everything shall be straight. Natural logic. Isn't it? You have been eating vegetarian food. You think you are a cow. Change into non-vegetarian, everything shall be fine. You will be very strong. Or you are a non-vegetarian fellow. Say, whatever you are doing, opposite you should do. Now, who doesn't give this stupid logic? Tell me. If you are a believer, only when you... Why are you believing all this nonsense? Give up everything. You are a non-believer. Unless you believe in God, nothing will happen. But what about these billions of believers? Nothing has happened to them. Why should I join the group? Already there are billions of believers and every fellow is crazier than the other. So why should I join the club? But who has that power to question? Because to think is not an ordinary job. To think, you must think. Thinking is such... Thinking makes you isolated. Because if you start thinking, you don't need anybody's help. To think how many? Together, can you say together we think? But together we think. Together you can embrace. Together you can touch, together you can climb the mountain maybe. But together we think, what nonsense, together, why I am holding each other, why we are thinking? Are you crazy? You don't think together, you think alone. That is why the average person will say, oh, these fellows are very selfish. Yes, I better be selfish. Why? When I understand myself, I am the most selfless one. I told you the other time. Remember that example. When you take care of yourself, you are not selfish. That's a huge conditioning given in the head. You're looking for your happiness, then whose happiness shall I look for? Other people's happiness. That's all idealism to be swallowed. Look for other people's happiness. You cannot make somebody else happy if you are unhappy. By chance you make somebody happy, you shall demand and receive your pound of flesh. Did I not do this for you? Did I not give this to you? I want to listen to that nonsense for the rest of my life. Think of it. Why then this knowledge is so fantastic? But the teacher doesn't give anything to you, nor you receive anything from the teacher. Your happiness, you are made to discover your happiness. So see the truth for yourself. Thinking is not giving you yet another role. Teaching is not giving you yet another role. The person must see the truth for himself. So in the process, what has happened is in the world, all the time, masks are being collected. And we have picked up so many masks. After some time, we are tired of our own mask also. Where do we get tired? Different places. Arjuna in the battlefield, I am in the home front, somebody in a relationship, somebody in education, somebody struggling to achieve something, a particular height. Nothing happens, he is miserable. When it happens, you are all misery, the teacher is all solution. That is why when Arjuna says, Nayotsye iti govindam uktva, I am not going to fight. Chupchap tushnim baitha. Tushnim means chupchap baith gaya. Quiet, he said, I am not fighting. He, come on. He said, I am not. When Krishna see that, what does it mean? Now Krishna see this fellow is sufficiently awake. The more desperate you are, the more disappointed you are, the more you want to withdraw yourself from everybody, the teacher is very happy. Appa. Now I don't have to tell him to get out of everything. Now he's already out by himself. Now once you have removed yourself from everything, what is the distance between yourself and yourself? Nothing. That is where you see disappointment, that is where you should see celebration. That is why teaching becomes so easy for a person who is adhikari. The more desperate you are, more disappointed you are. Desperate you are not to go back, but enough of it. Listen. Understand the mind. You are desperate. I don't want to be in that relationship. I'm desperate. To what? To go back to that relationship. Then you will not understand. I'm desperate. Why? What is this? Why this is happening again and again? Why me? Okay, come to yourself. It's a totally different attitude, friends. Ishvara. Anyway, so when the student is all problem, teacher is all solution. That is why Prahasanniva Bharata. When Arjuna is sitting down miserable, Krishna is the huge smile. Starts the teaching. That is why you shall see in Vedic tradition, every god is a smiling god. Happily married, sometimes one, sometimes two, sometimes a group of 30, 40, whatever you can underline. Very happily married, smiling one. There is no miserable, no, there is no miserable God. If you are quiet, you are in meditation, eyes closed. There is no miserable God. Happy, everybody is well dressed, well fed. Vishnu, Alankara Priya Vishnu. If you go to Vishnu temple, jewelry is of the best kind. Go to Tirupati, you shall envy him. What shall I do with so much jewelry? I can have some. Abhisheka Priya Shiva. Shiva is Abhisheka Priya. Bath in milk, honey, curd, coconut water. Even Cleopatra didn't have that type of bath, In modern bath systems also is not that exotic. How many things you are bathing with? What? Abhisheka Priya. And what are the prasadam? More the merrier. Go to Hare Krishna fellows, they follow it up nicely. How many prasadam? 108 varieties, 1,000, 700, 200, 300 varieties of food. Because living is a celebration. Your gods are in celebratory mood, you are also in celebratory mood. If you go to Puri Jagannath temple, it's only nonsense is that everybody is not allowed inside. They should be allowing it. Slowly it has to come. And it has a historical precedence because everybody must have been going at one time. When some fellows came to destroy the temple, foreigners, nobody allowed. So same mindset is continuing. What to do? It has to change. So if you go to Jagannath temple, you shall see God is so nice. He sleeps like everybody. In the midnight, he will be made to sleep with the mosquito net also. Huh? Anyway, so he will be made to sleep. Then morning he has to wake up. He has to be woken up. Then woken up with some music and all that. Then he has to wash his teeth. It's all done. And then he has got gold tongue cleaner, gold brush, everything he has. Then everything, then he has to get up, everything. Then he will have morning breakfast. Morning breakfast. This summer time, you know what the food he gets? Old rice. Old rice means napali sadam. You know that water rice. They put water rice and there will be these mangoes, small mango, chop, put the ginger, small, put taire means curd will be put, and so many varieties of vegetables, everything, just like early morning. Then you will have the lunch, elaborate of course. 20, 30 varieties of food shall be there. And then snack, lovely sweets. So many sweets, not one, hundreds of varieties of sweets will be there, selling it up. The night, of course, dinner is there, but little light dinner. Everything is provided for. You mean to say God is eating? In the name of God, men celebrate. The living is a celebration. Don't make it a business, profession, and cheat people. So he knows all the solutions. So now, in the flute, so please see that anyway, so coming out to that. So he has the flute at his disposal and he knows the flute. And he knows why this fellow is not singing, because stuffed. So if he has to sing, he has to unstuff it. Remove that stuffings. So why is he not producing good music? Stuffed. He knows his flute. Oh, Ishvara is so beautiful, huh? He knows his flute. It's like a doctor. He knows your body thoroughly and says what is wrong. Fix it up and you go. Finish. Health is natural. Disease unnatural. Happiness natural. Unhappiness unnatural. So remove. Remove the which is not, that's not part of you. In fact, please listen. Oh, it's fantastic. In fact, since health is natural, if you live with the health, sometimes disease will get away by themselves. Okay, that is too much to say, because sometimes disease can kill you. Right. But sometimes mood you can see. You are the happiness itself. Suppose you are in a very unhappy mood. Think, you are in a very unhappy mood. If you allow yourself, that's why they say time is a great healer. Suppose just don't do anything. Simply live with that misery. How long can you be miserable? It will be a memory and forgotten. After a few years, you won't even remember that was there. Why? Because who you are is so powerful presence, the happiness, unhappiness is forgotten. Patience, just patience. Physically you may be destroyed. Because immortality is natural, but mortality of the body is something which can take over. Understand? So body you must take care. But mind, if you are patient itself, it will be fine. That is why people can cheat you. They make you patient by promising you. Don't worry, God will take care, God will take care, God will take care, I'll take care, I'll take care, I'll take care. Somehow in few months' time, maybe something somewhere changes, either for good or for the bad. Then you accept it and the fellow takes the credit. What a waste. Anyway, so flute. Now he's stuffed. Arjuna is miserable. Crying. When he is miserable, what he says? Read that. Bhagavan says, Sri Bhagavan. Why Sri Bhagavan Uvacha? These are all things. Bhagavan Uvacha, Sri means Brahma Vidya. So at this moment he is taking the response, taking the role of a Brahma Vidya Guru. Therefore Sri. Because Brahma Vidya, he is starting now Brahma Vidya. So he is Sri Bhagavan, now this is an interpretation. Somebody can say, no, that's not the meaning. Tell him, yes, that's not the meaning. We are interested in teaching. Bas. This is craziness. You see, look, Food is here. Are we supposed to enjoy the food or just go on, dissecting what material is there, what thing is there, what thing? No, what is your problem? Analyzing the forest, you are losing the beauty of the forest. Analyzing relationship, the beauty of relationship is gone. Do you really love me? How do I love you? This is now you talking about it, time is over. It's like a fellow goes goes to his friend, boy, girl, doesn't matter. He has been missing her. Now that girl has said, okay, comes there. And then putting her on the side, he's reading the letters that he has written to her. Now, you have been missing that boy or a girl. Now she or he is around. What are you reading the letter for that? The food is here, now you are analyzing. Eat! Living life. Understand? So interpretation. Yes, you can take your pleasure in that. But do not ever lose sight of being yourself. And what he says, please see, starts with a flourish. Asocyananvaso, this is the tradition. Asocyananvaso chastvam pragyavadanscha bhasaje. Now Krishna comes out with the elements. Do not grieve for a thing that is not to be grieved. This is the tradition. Tradition is abhaya pradana. Abhaya pradana means the moment a student comes, student means anybody. The moment a person comes heavily ridden with crisis, pain, anxiety, the first thing the teacher should do is abhaya pradana. Abhaya pradana means assurance. Don't worry. That is why every god will be like this. In Vedic tradition, Indian tradition, you shall see every god, they will be standing like this. These two hands will be like that. If there are four hands, two will be like this, other two will be like that. Somewhere they will have some. Why is it so? Come, surrender, I will protect. This is Abhaya Mudra. You come here, I will protect. Don't worry about it. I will protect. Why? Because you are already protected. That is why the Guru doesn't take the credit. I only protected him. Cheh, don't even talk that language. This is ugly, dirty. You are already protected. That is why it makes it so beautiful. Teacher never takes a credit. If the teacher has to take the credit and you have to be grateful for the rest of your life, how will you like if every time you have to express your gratitude? What a headache it is. Suppose somebody gives you 10 rupees and then reminds you every time, did I not give you 10 rupees? Did I not give 10? Now what shall you say? You take 15 rupees. 10 rupees, 5 rupees, your interest for that. For God's sake, don't talk this nonsense ever. Why? What happens? Now suppose the Guru makes you free and then say, did I not? Did I not? Give me a break. No teacher worth the salt will say that. If you are free, you made it. Sun shines. The body is ready, blossoms. The body is not ready, doesn't blossom. The sun doesn't take credit for blossoming, nor it takes a credit for fading. The sun shines. The teacher teaches. A continuous revelry, singing his song. Somebody ready, blooms. Not ready, takes time. So what? Let him take time. How does it matter? But first the person should do, the teacher should do is abhaya pradana. This is abhaya pradana. Asocyan anvasochastvam. Hey Arjuna, anvasocha. Asocyan. Sochitum anharan. Do not, simple English, do not grieve for a thing that is not to be grieved. There is no reason for grief in your life. This shall be the mighty argument between the teacher and the student. The student has got all reasons to be miserable, and the teacher says, give me one reason to be miserable. You see what a lovely argument. Huh? You are all misery, and he says, give me one reason to be miserable. Oh, but it is so hot. What is the time? Summer means heat. Your reason is good. You know? I have a problem. Why you have a problem? Because I have a disease. What is disease? Disease means a problem. Take care of it. Why should you take the problem? Oh, that person ran away. Were you with him all the time? No. So, he was not, so he is not. He will not be. She was not, she will not be. No, but she told me she will be always there. He told me he is always there. He told a lie and you wanted to listen to a lie. He said, lies. What are the promises? He said, I shall be there all the time. Who is that nonsense? If a person tells you, I will be there with all the time, he is telling a lie. Why? Even if I want you to be all the time, now suddenly one day you are dying. What do? You will go. It's like traveling in a train. You get into a train and then you start developing relationship. Hello. In the beginning stages, suspicion. You are simple alone, not even looking at anybody. Your book, your thing. Then suddenly that fellow starts opening his bag. When opening his bag, I don't know why people look at it, but everybody looks at it. Anyway, then he brings out some food. And when he's looking 2-3 times, so he says, have some? No, this is Indian speciality. Take one. Then you take one. Oh, it's very nice. Then you open your bag. This is from American speciality. Chocolate. So you have become very friendly now. You become very friendly, 1 or 2 hours gone, 5 hours gone, 1 hour, talk. Then the station comes now. That person has to get down. Oh, you have to go now. Don't go. And the person said, all right, extend my ticket. He extended his ticket. After 4 stations, you want to get down. He said, you go. No, emergency, I have to go. But then I changed my thing for your sake. What can I do? That is how. When you change your track for somebody's sake, that somebody changes his track, you don't know what to do. This is where idealism. I changed my track. I gave up so many things for you. So many things for me you gave up, or you gave up for your happiness. Be honest. That is why don't be stupid. Don't say, I changed myself for so many. No. You don't change for nobody. You change for your comfort. Works out, fantastic. Did not work out, fantastic. Why? Invested. Didn't work out. One reason for misery, you shall see now. Hey Arjuna, asocyan annosocastum. Do not grieve for a thing that is not to be grieved. Pragyavadansya bhasase. You talk like a very learned fellow. Now Krishna fires in 16 guns, you know. With all barrels he is now firing. Pragyavadansya bhasase. You talk like a pandit, talk like a great learned scholar. As though you know so many things, because you talk Dharma Shastra, you are talking about Niti Shastra, you are talking about different types of scriptures. These you are, that what you should not do, what you should do. You are talking like a very great philosopher. Pragyavadansya bhasase. But you don't understand. Gatasun agatasunsya panditaha na anusochanti. Panditaha, pandita means here, pandita means panda brahmavidya. Panda means brahmavidya. Atma vidya vishaya. Panda. Pandita. Pandita means Panda, Brahmavidya asya asti Pandita. One who has the Brahmavidya, absolute knowledge. Panditaha, those who know the truth for themselves, na anusochanti, they never ever grieve. For whom? Gatasun, agatasunsya. Gatasun means gata pranan, agata pranan. They neither grieve for the person who is dead, nor they grieve for the person who is living. The language of death and birth when is talked about, don't therefore say, this is the language, everybody should talk about it. No, what it means is, in Arjuna's case, what is he talking? These are the fellows who will be dying. Krishna said, don't worry, nobody ever dies. Bhishma, Drona, Karna, they are all eternal. That is where you understand about yourself. The truth, the I, the Atma, the consciousness, call it whatever. The meaning of the word I, aham pratyaya gochara, that never dies. Roles shall never last. Which one you shall grieve for? Role shall never last. So can you be miserable for a dying role? The roles will not last. Roles means they should not last. Is there anybody permanent king of the kingdom? Permanent king? The fool has to die. Only king is dead. Long live the king. The role of the king is permanent. But those who are filling the roles are dying. King is dead. Long live the king. You are the managing director of a place. Ex-managing director. Why? Position is permanent. People are filling it up. You filled up the role of a childhood. You filled up the role of a youth. So in the childhood club, when you are 20-year-old, are you in the children's club? When you are 50-year-old, are you in young man's club? When you are 75-year-old, will you be in the 50-year-olds people club? You are continuously going away. Why? Because your roles are dying. You cannot be all the time in the role. Your roles you cannot protect. Absolute doesn't need any protection. Why grieve? You see the logic of it. That is why he gives you the assurance. Asocyananda. You give one reason, point out one reason for which you shall grieve in life. One reason you point out. You grieve because your expectations are wrong. Grief comes because of the wrong expectation. Disappointments because of the wrong expectation. What is that? I'm looking for happiness where it is not. I'm looking for security where it is not. I'm looking for permanence which is temporary, continuously changing. Therefore you are disappointed. Understanding the truth is knowing the mask as the mask, knowing the face as the face. Knowing yourself who you are, also knowing all that things that you have. Hey Arjuna. Panditaha na anusochanti. Wise people never ever grieve in anything in life. Why? Gata pranan, agata pranan. The people who have gone, you don't have to grieve for them. They are already gone. People are alive. Why grieving? They are also living through life. Same way, listen carefully. So this is the language of the battle, language of the birth and death. But suppose ordinary person comes to you. I don't know, I'm going to die now because my wife is gone. That is ordinary person's problem. My business, Swamiji, I don't know what to do. Same language you can say. Don't worry, gata sun, agata sun, sab nanu sochati pandita. If the relationship is already over, why are you worried? Why? Because naturally it should be over. Relationship is between two people or one person? Huh? When there is a relationship, it is between two people or between one person. That language is wrong. Huh? Relationship is between two people. Do you have control over your own life? No. Then how do you control the other person's life? Just think. Can you control your own life? Do you have a control over your own life? That you shall live forever. That you shall have that emotions continuously forever. Earlier you understand it, better it is for life. Because what is given to our, that is why the wrong conditionings are given. That once something begins shall never come to an end. It collapsing. It's like a child building a castle, in a sand castle on the beach. He was playing, beautiful sand castle the child is building. And he was enjoying it. Now one wave comes, half of it is sand ho gaya. Again sand. The whole structure collapsed, again sand. The child cries. And immediately parents come and what do they say? Don't worry, baby. You are by the side of the ocean. When you do that, see these waves? That is the nature of the ocean. It will come and it will go. See, come the baby now comes here. How the water is touching you? Now this child understands. Yes, he is playing with the thing. If it can touch his leg, it can touch the castle also. It goes away. But the same parents, something happens to their life, they don't understand. You are not living in the shore of the ocean. You are living in the midst of the changing ocean of the universe. Samsara. Things shall change. And then what do you say? You are crying for the changes. She is gone. He is gone. They will go. Why? They were not there. Therefore, they shall not be there. Should you change your expectation? Or you will try to make somebody permanent? It's all because you want somebody to be permanent, something to be permanent, because your happiness depends upon it. You don't want to lose your doll, your happiness doll. You don't want to lose your happiness charm. You don't want to lose your happiness convenience. Are you getting that point, please? That is why you are desperate. If you go away, you don't mind what happens to the other person. Are you getting that point? Why people get disappointed, destroyed in life? You demand a permanent assurance from somebody. Can you give a permanent assurance to somebody that you shall be there with him all the time or with her all the time? You cannot, because body shall pass. Emotions shall change. The person, what he controls, what he says. Body can go is a different thing, but emotions changing, what to do? Think of it. Simple society, understand, simple society, those days, until marriage, until death do we part. There is no other variety, there is no other scope, there is no other chance, there is nothing. In a village, in a small place, everybody living with each other, they were living. Today, what happens? Everything is collapsing. Why? You are seeing somebody better, looking at somebody better. Somewhere you come across situations in life, things are changing. Why? Because the person is not aware of himself. If you are aware of yourself, that's a different thing. Then you choose to stay with that particular emotion. You choose. You can, but you choose. But even then, body shall pass. So when you say this example, just don't stick to the example of a battle. Because somebody comes to you, Swamiji, my business collapsed, I don't know what to do. Did you start it? Yes. When did you start? 10 years back. How was it going? Wonderful. Now, what happened? This meltdown started. My whole thing is gone. What to do? All right. So shall you die or shall you survive? Survive. Do something to continue. As long as you are alive, you must do something to survive. No choice. Therefore, there is no grieving in life. So first thing, he gives you assurance. Hey Arjuna, asocyan annosochat. Do not grieve for a thing that is not to be grieved. That itself will give assurance. Appa. And just like Vivek Chudamani saw, no? Vivek Chudamani, when the student comes and cries, and what is the teacher says, Ma vaishta vidwan tavanastyapaye sansara sindho taranaistyupaye eneva yata yatatosya param taveva margam tavanardasami. So beautiful. Heva vidwan, ma vaishta, don't worry, don't have any fear. Just like when the child is crying and coming to the mommy says, okay baby, okay. Now suddenly stops. Why? Now he's in the secured lap of the mommy. Now frustrated through the runnings of life, frustrations of life, you run to the lap of the teacher. Please. And what the teacher? Don't worry. Mahavaishta, don't worry. Tavanasti apaya. There is nothing to worry about. You are in no danger. See, that is the perception. The student says, I am in full danger. The teacher says, you are in no danger. Why is it? Because do you have a problem or you are a problem? You have a situation or you are the situation? Just think. Anyway, don't worry. Tavanaste pai. Sansara sindho taranestu. To cross this ocean of samsara, there is a way out. There is a way out to get out of these changes. Miseries, pains, emotions. What appears to be a pain, punishment, frustration, disappointment, in fact, there is no such thing. Long before you, many have crossed that path and have reached the goal. I shall tell you the same path. You will understand it also. Therefore, hey Arjuna, do not grieve. Lucky Arjuna, when you are hungry, if food is there, how do you like? Today we are coming. Arunachala and me were walking down. Nowadays, while crossing the road, we look all 360 degrees. From any side, anything can come, no? Left side, right side, front side, back side, suicides, all sides are, we are looking at and coming. And today, from left side, 2 vehicles are coming. From the right side also, another vehicle is coming. And right in front of it, there is ambulance also. Ambulance standing. So I told him, organized, no problem. When you are hit, if an ambulance is waiting, what do you say? God's grace. When Arjuna is hit, doctor is by the side. What a lucky one. That is why, long before you are hit, think, long before you are hit, if you get this knowledge, because pradipte gruhe kupakaran. When the house is on fire, if you start digging well, how are you going to extinguish the fire? So keep the fire dug. That is your culture. That is your tradition. Tradition of teaching, not cheating. If you are disappointed with your religious teachings, that means what? They did not douse the fire. That means what? That was not water. That was something else. That added to my problem. So that is petrol. Because of this religious attitude, my life is wasted. That was petrol. That was not water. So keep the dog fire, keep the well dug. When the house is on fire, you can start digging the well. And the problem is full of problems. The person is full of problems. If you say, don't worry, there is no problem, you can say so. He will not believe you. But when the person is already ready for it, he knows. Then when the situation arises, this happens. Gatasun, we shall see in the afternoon. Gatasun agata panditaha. Wise people na anushoshan. They never ever grieve. Why? Because they are the solutions. Close your eyes.